What's up everyone, welcome once again to the channel. It's been a couple of days since I've been here talking about pageantry because as you can see, I am not at home. I am currently in beautiful Nepal for Miss Universe Nepal 2024, but there will be a lot more content on that later on a different video. Today, I wanted to go back to Miss Cosmo because I feel like a couple of months ago we talked about Miss Cosmo 2024, all the excitement, the news that were coming out. It seemed like it was the new cool girl on the block, and then suddenly we have kind of moved on to other things that are happening. But I want to bring you back and share with you guys my first leaderboard for Miss Cosmo 2024. There are quite a few surprises on this list. And of course, for every single one of the ladies, I'll be sharing some of my comments, opinions, and reasoning behind the ranking. Let me know if you're as excited for Miss Cosmo 2024 as I am, and let me know down below, should I go and cover it in person? So without further ado, let's get right into it. At number 12 on the list, we have Miss South Africa. Her name is Lebohang Raputso. Hope I got that right. And of course, if you are a follower of Miss South Africa, you remember her from Crown Chasers last season, season 2 in 2023, when she was the very first finalist to be voted out of the season. Although that was a very unfortunate event for Lebohang, that did not stop her, and I mean, her representing South Africa at Miss Cosmo is a testament to that. We know that South Africa is a big pageant country, they take it seriously, so this is no light responsibility. She holds multiple degrees in industrial psychology, labor relations management, and human resources management. She is currently also pursuing a doctoral degree in human resource management. Girl, I hear a lot of management in your degrees, and I wonder how you managed to get all them studies done. But good for you, girl. At number 11 on the list, we have Farzana Jasmine representing Bangladesh. And I'm gonna be fully transparent with you guys, bias aside, I have met this girl, I love this girl. Farzana has some experience in pageantry as she joined previously Miss Universe Bangladesh in 2020, and she also competed at Miss International 2023. You guessed it, representing Bangladesh. Fun fact is that she became the very first woman from her country to compete at Miss International, and this is exactly where we got to meet her. We bonded, we became friends. She even gave me a piece of her national costume as a souvenir that I brought back home to the Philippines. I don't have it here with me, but it's in the Philippines. And I was over the moon when I saw that she will be representing Bangladesh at Miss Cosmos. I know that she had time to polish, to grow, to really put her everything into this journey, and I cannot wait to see how she's going to do during the competition. At number 10, let's talk about Miss Saranya Naidu, who is representing Malaysia. Saranya is known for being a freelancer, model, and she works with several brands in her country. She also graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology and Cognitive Neuroscience. So, safe to say, my girl got brains. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I am not extremely impressed with the background, at least with the information that I was able to find online. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe she will charm me, down the road. But I'm going to say, although the background is not the most outstanding one, the looks definitely are giving. This girl, to me, embodies what I imagine to be the image of a first Miss Cosmo. She has that type of beauty that could set the tone for a whole new era, for a new beginning, and of course for a very successful reign. So we still have to wait and see how all those things will unfold. If there's more to the background, who knows? But for now, I'm gonna keep it conservative. I think that top 10 is a very good ranking. At number 9, we have Kwanrutai Tasaut, who is representing Thailand. Of course, come on, Thailand has to be there. She is 29 years old and she is working as a freelancer. One of her gigs are being a bilingual Thai and English MC. She's an influencer, a model, and of course, a beauty queen. Now, similar to the case of Miss Malaysia, I was not over the moon with the background, but we have to acknowledge this is Thailand that we're talking about. The girl is beautiful. I mean, she looks the part. I think that at least from the outside, she is giving me everything that I would expect. And knowing that she is coming from Thailand, she will have access to the best designers, the best training, a huge support system. And I know that Miss Cosmo in its very initial edition is looking for that type of support from the fandom. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her do extremely well. Moving on to number 8, we have to talk about Miss London Tucker. And no, she is not representing London, she is representing US Virgin Island. She is 22 years young and is currently a student of psychology, an aspiring rehabilitation therapist, and she previously competed at the inaugural edition of Miss Grand US Virgin Islands. Now, one thing that I'm gonna say about US Virgin Islands, they are not known in the world of pageantry for being a powerhouse or anything. As a matter of fact, in most international competitions, they go unnoticed, not because there isn't beauty, but because there isn't much of a support system. However, when I tell you the girls are stunning, I feel like Miss London Tucker. I mean, I don't even have to explain. Just look at the photo. Guys, this is remarkable, exquisite, divine beauty. Something that as a pageant fan makes my heart beat. And beat fast, okay? Super, I mean, come on guys. This might be the time for US Virgin Islands to finally shine in front of the Cosmo. Moving on to number 7, we are getting close. All right, let's talk about Miss Cambodia. Her name is Laikna In. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. She is a model and a very loved beauty queen in her country, of course. She has previously competed in a variety of pageant systems. Just to name a couple, based on my research, I saw that she competed in Miss World Cambodia, Miss Grand Cambodia, and she also got to represent Cambodia at Miss Supranational in 2022. So in a way, we're talking about a seasoned girl, a pageant veteran, if you will. Of course, going through all of these pageants, you can imagine the amount of experience, how strategic she is, the very solid support system and team that she should have. And Cambodia is one of those countries that, although it's not recognized yet as a pageant powerhouse, they do have a very strong support system for their queens. So when the girls compete abroad, usually they are well followed and well supported by the locals. So it is no surprise to me that she has been generating a lot of buzz, and rightfully so, because I mean, she has the track record for it, but also she looks the part to be a title holder. So why not? Let's go, Miss Cambodia. At number 6, let's talk about Miss Vietnam, and I apologize already for the pronunciation. Her name is Bui Thi Quan Han. Close enough. We all know Miss Cosmo is a Vietnam-based pageant, so no pressure, girly, but you are the very first woman from Vietnam to represent your country at Miss Cosmo, which also happens to be from Vietnam. What's very surprising to me is that for Bui, Miss Cosmo Vietnam was her very first pageant experience ever. So in this competition so far, I mean, if you look at my list from beginning to end, you will see that there's a lot of girls with experience who have competed before. Some of them went to major pageants. Well, I think that Vietnam is kind of taking a risk by sending a fresh face, or are they sending a message that they would like to have, you know, fresh faces for Miss Cosmo? Perhaps girls who have not competed before, or perhaps girls who are not well known already and have built a fan base in other pageant systems. We don't know, this could be a double-edged sword. We have to give her though, she did compete before at the Face of Vietnam 2023, where she ended up as a first runner-up. So this is a girl that is obviously extremely beautiful. I mean, very elegant, queenly, all of the things that we would expect. And she does have experience in this type of competitions. Perhaps not pageantry, but definitely in the competition, modeling, influencing, and all of these things online, right? So let's see what Vietnam does for us this year. At number 5, let's talk about Miss Ketit Permata, representing Indonesia. I'm just gonna call her Tata, okay? For practical reasons. She is one of the main title holders of Putri Indonesia 2024. And I would like to add, knowing that Indonesia also won this year's Miss Supranational edition, I am sure that being from the same edition as Tata, ooh, 2 Tatas in the same batch, Miss Cosmo Indonesia is coming with a fire to really bring back the crown to Indonesia. Imagine Putri Indonesia winning 2 international crowns in the same year. That will be a huge accomplishment for Indonesian fans who, in fairness, are some of the most committed and loyal to their queens. You know, they really go above and beyond. Sometimes a little bit too far, but above and beyond nonetheless. Also, I would like to say Putri Indonesia as an organization, I see them and respect them so much. Their track record, their legacy, the way that they treat their title holders, the entire team behind Putri Indonesia, I think it's one of the most reputable pageants in the world, so I'm always happy to see them win. And in fairness, put all that aside, the girl is just stunning. I mean, just look at those photos. My God, I'm so happy. I hope she does well. Let me know. What about you? Are you rooting for her? At number 4 on the list, let's talk about Miss Brittany Marroquin, representing Honduras. And this is when things start getting interesting because she competed previously at Miss Grand, representing Honduras in 2023, and she managed to end up within the top 20 at Miss Grand International. Now, here's the thing. Miss Cosmo is yet to deliver their very first edition. We don't know what they are gonna be like. Are they more demure, and elegant, or are they all about the performance and the bonga and the fierceness on stage? We don't know. We have to find out. And sometimes it might take a couple of years for them to find their identity as a pageant. But one thing is for sure, we know that Brittany is going to bring the show. She will keep us entertained during the competition. And I'm quite excited to see that, because you all know I love the performance level of Grant. I don't resonate so much with some of the messages that are being sent from the organization. So perhaps we could have this level of performance at Cosmo with proper, communications and deliveries. And then, who knows, Cosmo might take that spot. Okay, but other than being a great performer, Brittany is studying international business and works as an appraiser in a high-end fashion store. She has mentioned before that she was raised in a household full of strong women, and that's exactly the vibes that she wants to present on stage during the competition. So, I don't know about you, but I am sold. I'm really excited to see how she's gonna do. Alright, now we're gonna go into the top 3, and I don't know about you, some of these might surprise you. Personally, I think it's pretty reasonable. So at number 2, I'm going to talk about Miss Colombia, Alejandra Salazar. Now, Alejandra, I would like to say this. She competed a couple of years ago in Señorita Colombia, which again, similar to Binibini Pilipinas and Putri Indonesia, I think that Señorita Colombia is one of the national pageants with most prestige and legacy. So coming from that school, I already know she's going to be a great candidate. She was supposed to represent Colombia at Miss International in the years 2020 and 2021, but we all know what happened. Miss International was postponed 2 years in a row, so unfortunately she couldn't compete internationally that time. Another lady was given the title for the competition in 2022. So in a way, competing at Miss Cosmo is a second opportunity in life for Alejandra to really show what she's all about, what she has to offer. I mean, I can only imagine the frustration of preparing so hard and so much for an international pageant to never actually get to compete. So here she is. If you're watching this, Alejandra or her team, I'm expecting a lot and I'm so excited. Number 2 on the list, we have Romina Lozano from Peru. Now, this is where things start getting serious, okay? Romina, if you are a pageant fan, if you know her well, she is the winner of Miss Peru in 2018. Yes, that's right, she competed at Miss Universe. She represented her country in the same year that Catriona Gray took back the Miss Universe crown to the Philippines. And if you remember, that was such a strong, intense, and just exciting years for pageant fans at Miss Universe. Unfortunately, Romina did not get a placement that time around, so I feel like going this time, to Miss Cosmo, similar to my previous girl, it's a second chance. It's like her redemption. Despite she's very beautiful and charming and all those things, back then she couldn't manage to get a placement, but I am sure that this time around she will put her best foot forward. I think that coming from Miss Universe, the biggest pageant in the world, the most prestigious pageant in the world, she definitely has an edge, and I'm excited to see how she will utilize that during the competition. Let me know about you. Are you supporting Miss Peru? I know my Peruvians are really loyal fans, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of them in the comment section down below. Alright, last but not least, as of right now, my number 1 pick for Miss Cosmo 2024 is Miss Philippines, Atiza Manalo. And I know, okay, Luis, you love Philippines. Luis, you live in the Philippines. Luis, you cover Miss Universe Philippines. Are you biased, Luis? I am a little biased. I love the Philippines. I stand their girls, but I am being as objective as I can for this particular ranking. I do believe in my heart Atiza Manalo has everything it takes to win Miss Cosmo 2024. Let me tell you why. Atiza Manalo competed before at Binibini Pilipinas, where she managed to obtain the title of Binibini International. Later, she competed at Miss International, where she ended up as a first runner-up, huge accomplishment for the country, and recently she joined Miss Universe Philippines, where arguably we can say, come on, let's address the elephant in the room, she was the fan favorite for the crown. Although Chelsea Manalo ended taking that crown, and in all fairness, a very deserved win, Atiza opted for the title of Miss Cosmo, and allegedly it was Atiza the one who requested for this particular title. So one thing that I can tell you, Atiza Manalo is going to give her absolute best. I told you earlier about the girls who competed in Putri Indonesia, Señorita Colombia. Binibini Pilipinas is on that level of legacy and quality and, just bringing the absolute best girls. So Atiza is part of that school. She competed abroad at Miss International, going to Miss Universe Philippines, and becoming one of the fan favorites in one of the hardest pageant countries in the world is no small feat. She knows everything that is at stake at Miss Cosmo 2024, how this could potentially change her life and just catapult her name and her brand to a whole new level, especially in the Philippines, other than, of course, the very obvious and substantial cash prizes and incentives from the organization. I don't know about you, but as of today, we're only a couple of weeks away from the beginning of the competition. I personally feel like Atiza could easily bring back home the crown. Come on, Laban Pilipinas! Alright everyone, so that's it for now. Those were my top 12 early favorites or top picks leaderboard for Miss Cosmo 2024. As I told you, in just a couple of weeks, everything will unfold and we'll get to see all the girls together, side by side. We can compare, we can, rework the top picks basically. But for now, I feel like this is what my gut feeling is giving me. Let me know if you agree or even if you don't in the comment section down below. This is all about community conversation and just, presenting each other our points. I'll be reading and replying to as many of you as I possibly can. Drop a like on the video if you want more content like this, and of course subscribe to the channel because I'm making all of this for y'all, okay? So subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one.